AIDS and Black America. A report just out says the epidemic is as bad in parts of the U.S. as it is in Africa. The Black AIDS Institute wants the government to do more to fight it. CNN medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen is here now with more. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi. You know, we've talked a lot on your show about how AIDS affects African Americans disproportionately, affects them more than affects other people in this country. This statistic really says a lot. 1 out of 8 Americans is African American. However, half of all people living with HIV in this country are African American. So you can see how disproportionate that is. So this group that's put together this report about African American and AIDS, they say if you thought of Black America as a country, the rates of HIV are higher in Black America than in these countries that you see listed here, these countries that are in Africa. And so there is a lot of concern that the infection rates in the African American community are very high and that efforts to fight the disease in this country aren't what they should be.
Why is HIV and AIDS so bad in the African American community specifically?
Right. There's several reasons for that. One is that African Americans just don't have as much access to health care as other people in this country. So that in the same way that African Americans have higher rates of other diseases, they also have higher rates of HIV. Also, substance abuse is higher in the African American community, and of course that's one of the ways that you can get HIV. And so there are all of these issues that kind of come together to unfortunately create this perfect storm for high HIV rates in this country. Also, Heidi, unfortunately, some people say that there is a stigma about HIV in the African American community. It doesn't get discussed enough, and when AIDS doesn't get discussed, you know, there was that old saying, silence equals death. Yeah. When AIDS doesn't get discussed, rates go up.
Yeah, well, we know President Bush has sent, and the administration has sent billions of dollars overseas to help fight HIV and AIDS, particularly in Africa. What about here? Those numbers are lacking?
Right. There's the concern among public health experts that we are spending more money on fighting AIDS in Africa than among the African American community here. Now, the government says, hey, we're spending billions of dollars on fighting AIDS, and some people are saying, well, a lot of that money is going to pharmaceutical companies, it's going other places, and it's not reaching the people that it needs to make. But that comparison that you just made has not been lost on a lot of people. They say we're fighting AIDS outside of the U.S., we need to do more to fight it inside the U.S.
All right, CNN's Elizabeth Cohen. Sure appreciate it. Thanks, Elizabeth.